We're here today for a very compelling message. Based on statistics, we are worried that you or your associates are most likely to be killed or be involved in the next shooting. Why are you here? Because we want you to be the messengers. We want you to go back and tell everybody in your community, in your hood, on your block, in your set, your friends, your cousins, it's a new day for Birmingham. You are the most important people in the room right now. You are the leaders, and you are the persons that can help us to make a change in Birmingham. The message is clear. Our community will not tolerate violence. And the message is clear. Our community needs each and every one of you. You're going to hear from the messengers that are going to come up and talk to you today that we need you safe, we need you alive, we need you out of prison. So I'm going to bring up a panel of people that are going to speak to you. I call them the hope and the hand. They're going to talk to you about the vision for peace, but we're also going to give you an opportunity to get some help and support.
Each one of you all got a laser, a red dot laser on your head. Each one, y'all know what that means. It means you're a target. Death is on you right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Death is on each and every one of you all right now. And it's this community, these individuals in this room, that's trying to remove that red dot from your head, to give you a sense of hope. But as mayor, I can't bring jobs into this community if we got streets running wild. I can't ask teachers to teach kids who are strung out on drugs in the classroom. As mayor, I can't provide you the resources to be successful, to get that red dot off of your head, to live a productive life, unless we do more. And we realize we got to give each one of you the tools to live that better life. That's what all these other folks are in this room for. Do y'all realize the people who are in this room to put a hand out? We didn't gather you up to take y'all over to the county jail or the city jail. That's not why you're here. We're offering a hand of hope, because those of you who don't listen, I'm going to come to your funeral. And I'm going to look over in there and say, we asked him to give us an opportunity to remove that red laser dot from his head, and he didn't take it.
It's an honor to be the police chief in the city where I was born. And I'm here to tell you that we've got to do everything we can to stop the violence. And the data shows that you are most likely to be killed or be the next killer. And we don't want that. Hear our hearts, we don't want that. It was only fair that we talk to you about this. See, we didn't have to do this, but we're doing this because we care about you. So it's important that we explain to you the rules, the new rules that the city of Birmingham will be operating under at the end of this meeting. We wanted you to know that, what the rules were. And here's the rules. Since most of the homicides involve groups, we're coming after the groups. So what does that mean? Normally, when there's a homicide, we come after the shooter. And we do everything we can to put the shooter in prison. But after this meeting, we're coming after the group. So that means we're coming after the shooter, but we're also coming after the entire group that the shooter belongs to. And anything the group is doing that's illegal, we're coming after it. And you guys are leaders, so we want you to take that message back to the group and help us spread the word. So don't be the group that pulls the trigger and somebody dies, and don't be the most violent group.
We've been working for tonight for a long time. We got together and we went over all of the shootings for the past 5 years in the city of Birmingham. What we're looking for is who's the most likely to kill and who's the most likely to be killed. That's all of you. That's all of your groups. We're here tonight to tell you that the shooting is going to have to stop. You're important to us. We don't want to see you in prison. We don't want to see you in jail. And we don't want to see you dead. We need you safe, alive, and out of prison. And you have influence. We're asking you tonight to use that influence, to go back to your group. Tell them about what we talked about tonight. Tell them what faces them, the first homicide and the most violent group. You're going to hear from folks tonight who are going to talk about services that are going to be provided for you. We hope that you take part of those. It's a gift that we're giving to you to make your lives better.
We think you guys are worth it. And when you doubt yourself, take a minute to reflect on the fact that this mayor thinks that you were worth him spending an evening with you, and have a little bit of faith. But my job tonight really isn't to talk with you about a bright future. My job is to talk to you about the opposite of that, about what your future can look like if you refuse to stop the shooting, if you refuse to break out of the cycle of violence. There is a relatively easy answer, and that answer is stop the violence. Don't be the violent gang that has the combined attention of all the people that you see in this room brought down upon you.
We destroying ourselves. And for what? You ain't just killing you, man. You killing your mama, you killing your daddy, your children. My daughter died while I was in prison. I said, God, just let me get back home to her. She was 5 years old. But she died. And I didn't make it back home to her. We got to wake up. We got to save ourselves. Because if we don't save ourselves, we got to be our brother's keeper. Please, I'm begging y'all from the bottom of my heart, and I'm a full-grown man. Stop. Stop it, man. Stop it. Don't be the next one to die. Don't lose your life over something that you don't even own. The block ain't yours, man. The block ain't mine. We don't own it. Let the folks have it.
And the bad part about it is not that we make the wrong decisions. The bad part about it is that many of us don't feel as if we are worthy of turning around and making the right decisions. But everybody that God used inside of the Bible, with the exception of Jesus the Christ, has some kind of past, has some kind of flaw. If God can use Moses, who's a murderer, if God can use David, a murderer and an adulterer, if God can use Noah, who's a drunk, if God can use Solomon, who's a polygamist, if God can use loudmouth cussing Peter, who had anger management issues, if God can use Paul, who's formerly known as Saul he persecuted the church. As Paul, he became one of God's greatest ambassadors, one of God's greatest preachers. All of us ought to be excited, because that says that God can use absolutely anybody.
A couple of minutes later, they came out and they told me, Miss Johnson, he didn't make it. They went on to tell me what the bullet had did to his brain and everything, but that was 11 years ago, and I'm still waiting for my baby to come home. But he's not coming home. And not because of something that he did, but because of what somebody else did, a decision someone else made to pull a trigger over something stupid. And we still don't even know who killed him. There was so many people out there that night, but nobody would tell what happened to Rodriguez. And it has devastated my life. It's devastated my family. It took that one bullet to kill all four of us, me and my other two children. Our whole life changed. That's my baby. And I miss him so much. I think about him every day. It's not a day go by that I don't think about him. So please, if you all will, think about your mother, think about your father, think about what you all are doing. Your life is not just about you. It's about the people that love you. And the streets don't love you. We do care about you all. We do love you all. You all are our future. And you got to think about what you're doing to each other. Stop hating each other. And I love you all. Thank you all so much.